all packed up, ready to go. I know I say this a lot, but if you ever go wild, make sure you leave no trace. It's always important. I can't emphasise that enough. Sadly, someone else didn't have that same idea. That dark patch in the middle there is where someone's had a fire at some point. A scorched earth. No need to have a fire if you're having wild camping. That's a bit of a no-no. Unless you've got permission, of course. Going to snake away out this woodland, back onto the main road, then back onto the main trail. I'm actually going slightly off trail. The actual main proper path goes right to the end of the Tyne to a golf course and then up. I know I sneaked upwards before that and found a nice little woodland, and I'm going to be carrying on going upwards to a place called Frockley. This is the actual old line of the wall. Apparently on the guidebook now they've added another section where it takes you through the middle of Newcastle instead of along the River Tyne. That's where the wall actually originally was. Obviously there's not much left of it, because obviously buildings have been put up. Sector, obviously it's a big city, so over time things get pulled down and rebuilt, whatever. Bear in mind that wall is almost 2,000 years old, so it's understandable there's not that much of it left. Obviously things like that nowadays, archaeological treasures like that are protected, so we don't tend to pull things like that down. But obviously back in the industrial age and things, the bricks and that the wall were made of were actually used to make other buildings. But obviously they didn't, in medieval times, they don't really give that much of a toss about archaeological goings on. But we'll keep going. It's about 2 or 3 miles to the next waypoint, and we get out into the country properly, and then we'll start seeing bits of the wall. I think we'll probably see bits of the wall in the town. I think that there's a town quite close to here that's got sections of wall in it, so as soon as I can see some, I'll come back. We'll keep going that way. Climbing the hill, just the main road towards Heading on the Wall, I think it's called. First waypoint for today. I didn't realise I was climbing so high, to be honest. That's the Tyne Valley over there. Didn't realise it's gone up so high. It's all gentle incline, so sometimes you don't really realise how far you're climbing up. But we are quite a way up now. It's a lot hillier around here than what I was expecting. As I said though, because they're gentle inclines, you don't really notice it. We keep going. I think it's about half a mile in that direction. Right, we reached the next waypoint, Heading on the Wall. Wasn't too far up on the main road. The main road we've just walked is actually the traditional road of the wall. The walk, the planned walk, actually takes you off of this because once you get to Newcastle it's built up and there's no wall left. But there we go, there's the start of what's left of Hadrian's Wall. Obviously in its time it would have been much bigger. You can actually see the culverts either side of the wall though, which is quite a handy thing. It's good that they've preserved this section. Obviously the wall, just like anything Roman, everything is very straight, so it would have gone straight down there. Straight, if you followed this as a straight path, it'll probably go to Sedgington. Maybe the odd turn, but the Romans did like to build everything straight, same with their roads. So that's the start of the wall. We've got to come up here, got to turn main road, then we'll hit the wall properly, as in what's left of it on the actual Hadrian's Wall path. I can see a sign up there, looks like it follows up there. We'll keep going. There you go. 2,000 years of history there. We'll keep going. We're on the path proper now, heading to Cholerford, which is I think the next major milestone. It's quite a distance, though. It's 14 miles. I don't be going all that way today. Possibly. This is the start of the wall properly, of what's left. Some of the bricks in this wall here might have been originally Hadrian's wall, because as I said, they were repurposed. As I said earlier, everything in Roman times was very straight, so we've got another very straight walk here. Here is, all along the wall there was turrets and forts, obviously where the soldiers were garrisoned. Here, this is the first marked turret. It's turret 12A, would have been here. This culvert, I suspect, is part of the original culvert from when the wall was built. Obviously, to make a wall defensive, you build it nice and high. I think the original wall was about 3 meters. I will have to check up on that though. And then what they do, they dig a culvert either side, make it more defensive. Anyone trying to get over it, obviously they're stuck in the culvert. Makes the wall a little bit higher as well. You can throw bricks at them, well, not bricks, stones, spears, burning hot oil, which is obviously a favourite medieval weapon. They're nice and high. Can't really see it on that side, but on that side the Tyne Valley dips down quite a bit. Still climbing a little bit. There's no massive climbs on this walk. I think it's one of the easier national trails to follow if you want to do a long walk for the first time. The only thing it's lacking is it's quite lacking in water points. So apparently you have to make sure you got plenty of water with you, because there's not that many pubs or stops on the way. Not so much on this section here. It's obviously got little towns and villages, and a lot of them have got shops and pubs. But once you get into the mid section, it's very remote, so there's not much in the way of fill up points. There are honesty shacks on the way where people have a little shed, so you know, pick up food and drink, which is very kind of them. Obviously you have to pay for it, but they're a good service for hikers. But we'll keep going straight. Can see some hills in the distance there. We'll come back a bit later. There's a slight kink in our straight line here. Straight line goes across. Obviously things like private farmland where they've blocked access and the public footpaths go around here, but it's mostly because of this. All across the walk we're going to be crossing main roads like this. This is the A69. Obviously you can't cross them very easily, so you have to go up on bridges, which is why we've got a kink here. We've got to go down there. Just going to film the little icon. This is a national trail, so all national trails are marked. Major walks, they have these acorns. So if you follow this, follow the acorns. So far I'm finding this walk a bit like the South Downs Way. It's exceptionally well marked. I think you could do this whole walk without a map. Just follow the acorns and the signs. The signs up there saying Hadrian's Wall Path. Now this little kink's going to take us back onto the straight bit. Looks like we're going to be heading onto farmland properly now, getting off of the tarmac. This whole walk so far, apart from the diver I took through, it's been on hard road. And now we've hit we're hitting farmland properly now, so it's going to be softer underfoot, always a little bit easier to walk on. Apparently there's been a bit of flooding from what I've read stories on the Facebook page. Have a look at the Hadrians Walk Facebook page for info about this walk. It's very well documented walks on there. There are some flooded sections apparently because there's been a lot of rain around the area. We'll keep going. Up high and in the country properly now. This little bit here reminds me of the South Downs Way, to be honest. That's the A69 snaking away in the distance. That's the road we crossed earlier. We're going through cow fields at the minute. Black meat. I think they're a meat cow, to be honest. I don't like dairy cows, so easy follow trails. To be honest, even without the markers, it's quite easy to follow because you can see where people have walked before. Obviously this is a well walked trail, so it's well trodden down. There's been a couple of boggy sections, but other than that it's been good. Some nice hills in the distance there. I don't know what ones they are. Some radio towers on the top. It's quite nice, very pleasant indeed. Still following the trail of the wall in general. Obviously there, as we get further in, there are better sections. There's a few museums and that on the way, that still remnants of where the forts and mile castles are. But we'll keep going straight. Another marker. We're coming up for a place called Choliford. Says Bowness 59 miles. So we're done alright because there's only 1 and a bit days in. 25 miles we're done by the looks of it. So Sedgenham 25. Keep going. Couple of miles out of Choliford. I thought I'd stop here for film because it's basically the first time we've had views on both sides. I feel very remote at the minute. There's nothing but miles and miles of farmland in both directions, all directions should I say. No major villages. Choliford's the next one. That's in the river valley. I see a valley in the distance there. I think it's probably in that valley there. I think it's only about a couple of miles now. Very nice views in that direction. It's like heading toward, that's like heading towards Scotland that way. England that way. See hills in the distance. I suppose that's the moors, the Yorkshire moors. And we'll keep going that way. Oh, we've made it to the riverside town of Choliford. It's rather pretty. Even though we're in Northumbria, it could be in the Lake District. It's very similar. A massive river as well. Good job it's not smelly vision because a sewage truck that just went by and it stinks like heaven on them ones that empty cesspits. This river's huge. I'm not sure what river it is. I'll have to look at the map and I'll stick a little caption up to show you what it is. Sometimes they have like little things saying what river it is, but it didn't on this one. But it's massive.